I just did that. I swear you'll pay $300,000 in compensation. Well, impossible and freaking stupid.
What?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Alan. With 99% fulfillment rate of my dreams, I built my long-awaited dream house and will live here starting today.
There was a shock and an explosion from the floor below. Let's go check it out.
Sure. No way!
Shit, I just did that.
Immediately afterward, the police were called, and an investigation into the incident began. However, what we wanted to know was not why the accident happened, but whether the perpetrator would be able to pay us a compensation.
What?
You don't have any insurance?
It's expensive, and as long as I didn't cause an accident, it'd be a waste of money on my part, so clumsy drivers like you should get insurance, damn it!
We just went over the house, people. How is it, Charlie, bro? How much will it take to get it all repaired? Honestly, it's quite ridiculous, man.
Not only is there significant damage to the foundations, but the pillars can no longer support the house right now. It'll be reported as a total collapse.
Total collapse?
Oh, lordy. Well, I did kind of hit your house in a flashy way.
An estimate will suffice. Just tell me how much it'll take to fix it. 300 grand, including everything we can estimate. 300 grand?
After all, it is a total collapse. Did you hear that, lady? 300 grand in compensation it is. I swear I'll definitely make you pay. What? $300,000?
It is a total collapse after all.
That's all because you don't have any insurance. It's really the worst, you know that?
Could you please contact your husband first?
Well, impossible and freaking stupid.
What?
And why is that? This concerns his wife, so why won't you ask your husband to pay for it, eh? My husband currently lives out of town, and so he isn't here right now. But more importantly, we declare ourselves bankrupt.
What?
Hey, wait a minute. Think such lawlessness can be tolerated, eh?
That's right. Don't you feel any regret and shame about causing such an accident that not only destroyed our house to pieces like this, but also our happiness?
You forget the fact that I'm a human being, which comes before the fact that I'm a friend of yours. Of course I feel bad about this. How could you? It's so annoying how bad you've ruined things and settle for an of course. Could you tone it the frick down? Howling like a banshee isn't gonna fix your broken house, you know. Hold on, wait a minute. Do you guys have fire insurance? If you have fire insurance, you should be able to fix your house, no problem. The insurance company should give you money accordingly, too. I'm guessing she's talking about our demands for compensation. I was literally just calling the insurance company today to get insurance. Oh, that's not good. You should get insurance in advance for situations like this. From what perspective and authority are you talking, eh? This wouldn't be so difficult if you had gotten car insurance. In any case, I can't afford to pay 300 grand being a full-time housewife and all. Get to work right away then. Unless we get every single last penny of the compensation, you owe us. I swear I'll make you miserable sometimes. On the other hand, being miserable at least sometimes is also a normal part of life. Just think that a meteor fell on your house and give up.
Would it be possible to ask your husband to pay for it or something like that?
It is not possible.
Why? If we tell him what happened, I'm sure we can—
I was the one who caused the accident, you know. Officer, they can't ask anyone any request except me, can they?
Since you are the owner of the car and are the person who caused the accident, any compensation or demands cannot be claimed against your husband, Mrs. Abbott.
And by the way, my salary can't be garnished either because I'm a housewife.
But this is just unfair. An absurd self-bankruptcy is allowed, officer? As the victim in this scenario, this is not something I can accept at all.
I can't say for certain because I'm not a professional in this, Mr. Thompson, but I believe that even if you have the intention of getting away with personal bankruptcy, there's a good chance that they'll end up filing for personal bankruptcy in the end.
What a damn day. The house I finally built was finally ready.
But you should definitely contact your husband, eh? No way! This is a problem between you and me. People who can't frickin' pay nothing have no right to establish the problem. You ain't even taking any responsibility. And I'm gonna file for bankruptcy. This isn't right.
And so, here we are. A husband and a wife demanding compensation for enormous damage, and a bird-brained Mrs. Abbott who would rather file for bankruptcy and act as though nothing happened. The war had begun.
Yeah, Abbott's house was an apartment.
Moreover, it's an automatic lock type of apartment, so she could very well get away with pretending to be out while she's inside.
Bust the deliveries, ma'am.
Yes, of course. I'll open it now.
Thank you, ma'am.
This voice, or rather the room number displayed, this is definitely Mrs. Abbott's place. She was most certainly inside her apartment, but no matter how hard we tried and waited, there was zero response from her. And she was completely playing the act of being out. It was a perfect escape attempt. That day, we gave up on meeting her directly and posted a letter in her mailbox proposing to her we discuss it with her husband. But there was no response there either, and so we decided to talk to a lawyer, desperate for any progress. A very tedious, infuriating woman, that one. However, judging from your story, I'm sure her husband hasn't heard of this matter. Am I right? That's certainly possible. Have you been completely unable to contact her husband at all?
We asked her if she was available Saturdays and Sundays, but no response came. I believe he may be living elsewhere somewhere alone, working.
I understand, ma'am. My younger brother is a detective, so let me introduce you to him. I've struck upon the idea that I could ask him to find out where Mr. Abbott is. And as soon as we find out, you can negotiate with him directly.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Marco Mulligan, who introduced us to his detective brother, urged him to investigate promptly. Mr. Calvin Mulligan, who is a very talented detective, succeeded in locating Mr. Abbott's whereabouts in just under 3 days. He luckily lived in the city over, and after an hour's train ride and another 20-minute walk, we knocked on his door. Mr. Antonio Abbott was happy to oblige to our request to discuss this matter, the 4 of us with his wife. This was amazing news! Mr. Antonio could very well be the closest real-life impersonation of Batman, who has a sense of justice as strong as steel. He was furious towards his wife, and we were angrier than ever as well. Unforgivable! Troublebusters, initiate!
I guess I bought more than I expected. More importantly, I haven't seen Red Hot Chili Pepper couple much lately. If I just be patient until it all cools down, they'll give up soon. Why are you home, honey?
Alan and his wife have told me everything about the situation. You get yourself in the living room now. Now!
Eesh.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, my wife did something terrible, and I'm truly sorry for everything.
Oh, please, no, Antonio, sir. Please rise.
Yes, I agree. How could you have known?
Camilla!
Hi!
Why did you keep quiet about what happened with the Thompsons?
I'm sorry. Because these people charged me a high price, an extremely high price.
It was nothing unusual, I assure you.
It's true, the house is destroyed enough that it was deemed totally collapsed by the real estate agents in charge. And since a new house is going to cost around 300 grand to fix everything.
The detailed breakdown is that 250 grand will be used on the house itself. The remaining costs are to be used for covering demolition costs, rent for temporary housing, and attorney fees. The real amount has not been decided yet, but 300 grand is a reasonable estimate.
And I've been telling you, I'm going to file for bankruptcy. Right, honey? You're okay with my idea, right? It's 300 grand, honey. That kind of compensation won't benefit us at all. If you can avoid having to pay something like that, it's better to not pay it, isn't it? What can you do with that much money?
My suspicions about the fact you were intent on running away with coins in your pocket were spot on, it seems.
Of course, there's no way I could pay that kind of money.
However, we will be in trouble if you don't pay us. How hard do you think Thalia here and I worked to build our dream home?
I feel like the phrase worked until our bones cracked was literally made for us alone because of how hard we worked. Then start making money again. How dare you?
Don't make it sound like it's easy.
In the first place, you and your husband are idiots for not having fire insurance. You see, Antonio, darling, this is how it is.
And you think that's a valid excuse? You know I hate that kind of behavior more than anything else.
I do. That's why I was going to oblige if their request was for a small amount. But no, a world in the dozens of grand is impossible. I don't want to deal with something like that.
If you don't, though, we'll be in huge trouble.
We don't have that luxury. Please just give up.
And you think you can get away with saying that after coming home with overflowing grocery bags? If you have even a little money to pay, contribute.
That kind of money is literal crumbs in front of 300 grand people. The amount is so small that it's not like they're paying anything at all.
You pay anyway. There are people losing their homes right in front of our eyes, and yet, you're the one who caused the accident. How dare you go shopping? Just pay what you can.
But do I have that kind of money?
You probably have money that you saved when you were single, right? Retract it all, now!
But that was supposed to be for emergencies.
And this is a goddamn emergency! If you don't give them that money, I have another idea as well.
What are you thinking?
I will throw you out of this house and contact your parents.
Contact my mama and papa? Don't do that, please. If you do that, I'll be disowned.
It's your fault for forcing me to take such drastic measures.
But like, I can agree to that.
If you mess things up any further, I'll force you to do the latter, and I'm never going to let you come back home again. If you think you can live without my influence on your life, go for it.
Hey!
What's up? Do you see me stopping you? You wanna try it? Answer me!
Stop! I get it!
I will see to it surely that my stupid wife pays up.
Huh? I retracted the full amount of $5,500.
It's a big amount if you think about it normally, but it's a bit salty to compare it to 300 grand.
The next step is to return today's purchases, and the number of branded items you own. Sell them. All of them, now!
No, please. They're limited edition items that'll never be available again.
All the more reason to sell them all! From now on, you will be put to live on the bare minimum for food, clothing, and shelter.
What? Why?
Naturally, this apartment is also up for sale.
What? Selling this apartment?
You don't have any money, so it can't be helped. The total will amount to 200 grand after selling the condominium and all of your ridiculous valuables. As for the remaining 100 grand, I will pay it.
What?
No, please. It's such a waste. Oh.
I think this will reach 300 grand, guys.
But sir, it was Camilla who caused the accident, rendering our house completely destroyed. You did nothing.
Please, rest assured, Mr. Thompson. This is just a loan that I will lend to Camilla.
Loan? Hey, wait a minute.
I will not. We will sign the loan documents right here, right now.
Wait a minute. Why do I have to borrow money from my husband?
Eh? Because you don't have the ability to pay all the compensation.
And so I filed for bankruptcy.
And I will make you regret it. So help me, I will.
Regret? Not rejoice?
You don't have the right to be happy right now. Deciding to ignore them by exploiting absence, neglecting their needs, and from what I can assume, the Thompsons would eventually give up, and you never even planned on filing for bankruptcy. Am I right?
Yes, I did plan to.
No, you didn't. If you did, you'd have done it a long time ago. I'm right, aren't I?
I feel bad about saying this in front of Mr. Antonio, but you are literally the worst.
For real, what color is your blood, eh? I don't want to be indebted to my own husband. Antonio, darling, please. I'll follow you until the end of time and I'll never do anything like this again. Please do something with your power.
If those words meant that you no longer run or hide, but openly confessed your stupid failures and asked me for help, then I guess a wife's failures are a husband's failures too.
Wait! The reason why I didn't is because we would have had to pay a huge amount of compensation. Our family would be in serious trouble.
And what about the destruction of the Thompsons, eh? We just gonna turn a blind eye? Do you think I'd be happy about any rejection of deserved compensation paid for by someone who didn't care about the inconvenience of the victims? How many years have you been my wife? Have you forgotten that I strongly condemn that behavior to hell?
Yes, sir. Exactly as you say, sir. I'm sorry. I come as but a lowly housewife. Please offer me a little more assistance. Please?
Mrs. Abbott, your husband has been supporting you for a very long time.
Oh, and how? If we really wanted you to pay the whole thing, we'd be adamant on letting you shoulder everything.
But in reality, even if the apartment and luxury goods are all second to none, they were bought using Mr. Antonio's money, weren't they?
Well, since I'm a housewife...
In that case, that is kindness, Camilla.
No.
Won't budge, eh? In that case, it can't be helped. I will increase the amount I lend you. Oh yes, even though I am in a state of complete concession, if you're still frickin' unable to shoulder the burden of your own damn mistakes, then I have no choice but to reduce my support and apply even more pressure. I'm telling you though, if a housewife like you, who's been one for a long time, shouldered 300 grand in debt, it will mean hell, Camilla. If it was a mere 100 grand, it might be possible to do something substantial within the next 10 years. But if it was 300 grand, it's a whole other ball game.
Hey, we're stacked again?
If you can't imagine it, feel it!
No way. I don't want to feel something like that.
If so, go sell everything now!
But...
You still don't understand?
You're holding 50 grand.
If you do not show your intention to sell everything within 5 damn seconds, an additional 50 to the pile, Camilla.
If that's piled on, once accumulated, my debt would be... 150 grand? If I file for bankruptcy, I can reduce it all to zero. But at the same time, the support from my husband will also be zilch. At the age of 38, with my skin damaged and my weight gain, the odds of me meeting a man richer than my current husband are astronomically small.
Still have more to think about?
Oh, please, hang on.
I've been waiting long enough, mercifully, mind. Even though I am in the position of being a loan shark, I try to be kind to my wife, offering you ideas to come up with the money and everything. I even reflect on myself for being such a good-natured person that President Iden would have blown me to bits if he heard about it. Do you still want to embarrass such a man as I, Camilla?
I understand, but think, Camilla, think. There's definitely a way to overcome this dangerous crisis. You better not be thinking about some devious idea to get yourself out of this hopeless situation. When you're on the precipice of despair, Camilla.
Mr. Antonio, please don't hold back. People like this will not understand this kind of pain until they truly experience it. So you should feel free to make her pay the entire 300 grand.
If both of you say so.
50 grand in both hands is too damn much. We'll help too. And there you go, 300 grand on the table in an instant. Guaranteed hell.
If you don't like any of this, flap those arms and sell everything.
Commencing countdown.
Please, no.
5, 4, 3.
I'm going. I'll do my best to sell everything quickly. I shouldn't have thought about filing for bankruptcy and escaping.
Bathed in Antonio's radioactive charisma, Camilla finally gave in to despair. All her luxury items were sold for 60 grand, the condominium was sold for 150, and the remaining 110 was settled on a loan from A&A Finance where Mr. Antonio works. There is a family discount where there is no interest imposed upon her loan, but there is a rule that you must send in $2,000 a month, and if you break it, he would be punished so much that it will make your life worse than a living hell. Oh, scary. All that being said, Camilla has now been punished enough. She's moved from a luxurious condominium to a rundown one-room apartment that costs her a monthly $300, and works multiple part-time jobs to make her monthly $2,000. It must be tougher than she imagined, as she had been a housewife for a long time. On the other hand, as for us, Alan and Thalia...
Oh, but a fleeting moment, and presto, a sea of sparkles. Glory to joy, for we will eat well tonight.
Until we sleep on couches.
Alan!
Hey, Talia, darling. Getting excited, are we?
You little sneak! Don't come waltzing into my alone time and expose me like that.
That happy about the new house, are you?
Wouldn't you like to know? Well, actually, I think I'm loving it a little.
Nah, you loving it big time. The rebirth of our dream house came true, and we are finally able to own our own home. And we quickly applied for fire insurance to avoid dealing with the same bullshit again. If there is darkness a step ahead, there is a light a leap ahead. And we always gotta push on. Homeowners, rejoice! Trouble busters!